everyone, my name is Maya.
My name is Stanley.
And this is Ask an American. However, today, for the second time in a row, we have a person from the UK. He was born there and he lived there for 14 years, and now 3 years ago? 3 years ago?
3 years ago, yeah.
He came back to Poland and to tell us his story, how it was there. So we're going to talk about the stereotypes of Polish people in the UK. So, okay, let's start. My first question for you is, how do British people react to the Polish language?
I'd say mostly first reaction and impression English people get when they hear Polish language is probably that there's a lot of S's and they don't understand any of it.
Yeah.
No surprises there. And I'd say they ask to repeat everything lots of times. For example, my surname, I had to spell it out every single time.
Really? Mm-hmm. Yeah, I heard the last names in Poland are really hard for people to spell because they're a bit complicated, and the words itself, everything is a bit harder, and yeah. Okay, so second question is, have you ever had someone ask you something strange about the culture in Poland?
Yeah, I'd say many people asked if I eat the weird foods that Polish people eat, and I tell them no, because I'm not quite that Polish to eat. But
it's actually not true. I feel like the Polish food, especially the meat jelly, something like that, it's actually not originally from Poland. It's like, it first originated, I think, in like Russian places, and then it also went to Germany, but it's not like originally Polish. So they're actually wrong about that. I get mad at this often because Polish food is actually very good in my opinion.
Oh, it's delicious. I prefer it to English food any day.
Yeah, that's true. They eat beans there, I heard.
Beans are
with toast.
It's lovely.
Really? Mm-hmm. Okay, that's your opinion. All right, so what's the weirdest stereotype that someone has ever said to you?
I'd say mostly lots of English people think that every single Polish person is a Jew.
Oh.
So it gets on my nerves a bit, but...
Yeah. Mm-hmm. But actually Polish people are not Jews most of the time, right?
Yeah,
we're mostly like Christian, which is
Each
crazy.
time someone says that, I had to correct them and say I'm not a Jew.
Yeah. Maybe it's because of like the history in war, etc. There were quite a lot of Jewish people here.
Most
Maybe that's why. They should educate themselves a bit. Pisses me off. Anyways, have you ever had to correct someone's assumption about Polish people?
Yeah, like I said, it's with the Jews, it's just every single time I had to correct them and tell them that it's not every single Polish person is Jewish. It's just that mostly, because of the war and everything like that, it was...
I also heard a lot of things about like jobs that they often think, job stealers, job stealers.
Yeah, that's also one thing.
Crazy.
British people like to complain about Polish, mostly immigrants always steal their jobs, even though most of the time...
Yeah, but like they should be happy that we work. Like at least we work for the country, so.
At least we do something.
Yeah. So what would you want British people to understand better about the Polish culture?
Mostly that it's a completely different culture and it's not the same thing as in England, whereas most English people think that if it's not English, it's weird. So I'd say I like them. I think it would be good for them to realize that the Polish culture is really good if you just get to know it a bit more.
Yeah, exactly. Also, I also realized that I have a friend from the UK also too, and I mean, no, she's Polish, but she lives in the UK, and she tells me that when she's with her family, they speak Polish sometimes, and for example, when she's on the bus and they speak Polish, the people look at them like, what the hell are you doing?
Yeah,
but like, it's their language, if they want to speak it, they can, in my opinion.
The same thing happened in my house, because in my house we only speak Polish, even in England, and whenever I had a friend over, they were always like, I don't understand anything, can you translate, something like that?
Yeah. Honestly, I think like they should just sometimes, like other people should just mind their own business. Like I don't know, I don't really like it that much. But okay, do British people even know much about Poland in the first place, if they just get to comment on it all the time?
I'd say in the beginning, at least in my school, many people didn't know anything about Poland, didn't even know where it was on the map. So that's a good start. But after they got to know more Polish people, they got more accustomed to Polish, not only language, but the culture, or the things they do.
Yeah. All right, and what about the stereotypes of Polish people being seen as like shy or not social?
I'd say I've never heard of it.
Really?
I've always heard that people say that Polish people are always really out there, really social people. They like to talk much, do lots of things, and they get the job done. I mean, I've never really encountered a really shy person in England.
Really? For me, it's my friend, for example. I think it's like also like maybe the place exactly where you live. Because for example, my friend from the UK, she said that, you know, sometimes Polish people are like they look a bit colder on the outside. And like British people just come up like, hey, how you doing? And they're like, I'm doing good. They're like, I don't know, I feel like some Polish people are just like taught from the beginning to like not overreact with the behavior sometimes.
Oh, definitely. In England, people tend to mostly overreact a lot.
Yeah.
But like you said, most Polish people in England, they have like a really kind of scary look to them, I'd say. Very scary sometimes.
Yeah.
But turns out they're just nice people.
Yeah. Honestly, I think it's just like the cultural difference and what we are taught to do.
Most definitely, yeah.
And do you think that Polish people are seen as overworking, that we do a lot, etc.?
I'd say I wouldn't say we do a lot, but we definitely do more than the typical English worker. So in England, we are seen as people who do way too much and really hard working, so that's a good thing, but compared to English people that tend to only do half of a job most of the time, it's seen as doing a bit more than necessary.
Yeah, I think also maybe it's because Polish people are a bit more used to the smaller wages, but it's because also like everything in Poland is cheaper too, so we get less money, and then when a Polish person suddenly goes to the UK, they see that you get more money, so they just work more for it. They're more motivated than people that grew up. Alright, so that was it for today's video. If you want to see him more in our videos, then of course comment on it. And also tell us what you guys want to see more in our videos. And don't forget to subscribe to see more of it. Thank you so much. Bye bye.